And we're back, fight fans, and tonight we're going to be talking about UFC 126, Silva, Belfort. It's going to be live Saturday night in Vegas. What a card. I'm really happy about this, Danny. You really stepped up. But before we talk about all the fights, let's give a quick shout-out to Benny.
Oh, Benny.
Okay.
Benny
Ace is actually here tonight, Benny. You're in trouble. Ace, say a few words to how you feel
Yeah,
about this.
I took Rafi out so I could come and just give this special shout-out to you, Benny. You beat me by one fight. You didn't even do the undercard. You know I always do the undercard. You had no response to my manifesto I wrote to you about it. Go warm your son. Keep him in bed. Make the picks. Rafi's going to blow you away.
All right, yeah, we're going to talk about the whole Rafi situation later. Anyway, let's go to Spike TV. It's going to be the preliminary fights, okay? We got Chad Money Mendez versus Michihiro Omigawa. Okay, I pronounced that right, baby. That's the featherweight division. I got Mendez. He's 9-0. Kyle.
Chad Money Mendez from Team Alpha Male. Going with Team Alpha Male on this one. Going to be a unanimous decision, ground and pound, easy fight.
Omigawa, why are we watching this fight? Okay? UFC just picked up Kid Yamamoto. You've got him fighting on the undercard. Yeah. Hit up Dana White on Twitter and tell him you want to watch the Kid Yamamoto fight. There's no reason why we're watching this fight. Chad Mendez is going to blow through him. He's got wins over Cub Swanson. I mean, the guy's a contender in his division, but we don't need to be watching him. We need to be watching Kid Yamamoto. The guy's a gangster, an Asian gangster, and he's going to bring it in the UFC.
I do like this Kid Yamamoto fellow. Anyway, let's move on. Donald Cerrone, the Cowboy, versus Paul Kelly, the Brit. I got Cerrone. Kyle.
Paul Kelly, Donald Cerrone.
Wow.
He's gonna walk in there. He's gonna have
real interessante.
Yeah, he's gonna get in the cage. He's not gonna be used to all the lights. First UFC fight. It's gonna be a big loss. We got the Cowboy against the Brit. The Brit's gonna take it.
Ace.
I don't know. I have to disagree, man. Paul Kelly on the ground. We know what's up. Cerrone's gonna take him there. He's gonna ride his ass into the sunset.
Wow, real good, fellas. Okay, and now it's for the pay-per-view card, the main event, UFC 126. We're real pumped up. Miguel, let's start it off in the bantamweight division. These guys are serious. This is Miguel's UFC debut. Miguel Angel Torres, okay, I said it right for you, Rafi, versus Antonio Benuelas. Ace, is that okay?
The pronunciation, it'll suffice for now.
All right, so I'm going to take Angel Torres. I don't know that much about this Antonio guy. Kyle?
Torres. Just like a half a year ago, we were saying he was one of the best pound for pound in the world. He loses 2 out of his last 3. Suddenly, people aren't talking about him anymore. But nobody's talking about Antonio Benuelos, or whatever we're going to call him. He lost to Scott Jorgensen. We all saw Scott Jorgensen's last fight. Loss. So we're going to go with Miguel Torres and his rise back to the pound-for-pound discussion.
Ace.
Absolutely have to go with the Chicago and Miguel Torres. I mean, two fights. We've seen some top-level fighters lose 2 in a row and go down a sorry path. But, I mean, it's not going to happen. But Benuelos had his best fight on the Tap-Out series. If you've seen that, if not, no big deal.
All right, let's move on. Jake Ellenberg versus Carlos Eduardo Rocha. Okay, this is a welterweight fight. Rocha's undefeated. And I know you guys love your jiu-jitsu boys. And I'm taking Ellenberger just to spite you. How do you say, Kyle?
Rocha is going to want to get to the ground. He has got 8 submission victories out of his 9-0 record. But the only thing he's going to touch is the end of Jake Ellenberger's fist. Jake Ellenberger's going to knock him out. Yeah.
Oh.
Jake Ellenberger's serious. He lost to Condit.
Like
he lost a split decision to Condit that he actually won. And we all know that. Anybody who saw that fight besides Ari knows what I'm talking about.
That's my boy.
He also beat Mike Pyle, who just beat John Hathaway. We all know Ellenberger's taking it.
I think we spent enough time pronouncing his opponent's name. I'm going to pick Ellenberger.
Wow.
I mean, to be honest, Ellenberger, this is win-win for him. He was originally scheduled to fight Fitch, would have lost to Fitch. Now he's going to come on the positive side of a W here, builds his name a little bit more in the UFC. Has another contender in that division.
Wow, so we're together on all the fights so far. Real interesting. We'll talk about Rocky's pick later, at the end. I'll run through them. Okay, Benny, so you guys email us your picks, you bump. All right, let's get serious because these are like the fights of the year. John Bone Jones versus Ryan Bader. If Bader hadn't looked so bad in the second and third round against Lil Nog, which I think he lost that fight, I think I'd be a little bit more hyped on this fight. But it's still going to be a brawl. This is the first guy that's going to have a shot to take John Jones down and try to impose his will. No one's done that yet. I'm still taking John Jones, Kyle.
Yeah, if Matt Hamill couldn't take him down, he's my God, I'm blanking on his name. Ryan Bader's not going to take him down. He's a generic version of
Bader.
He's a generic version of Dan Henderson. He's one-dimensional. He's got his big hands and he's got his takedowns. He's not going to take John Jones down, and if he does, he's going to get flipped. John Jones 11-1 to Ryan Bader's 12-0, and that one loss was when he was hammering down on Matt Hamill. He's going to win that fight.
Yeah,
12-0, 12-0.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to go with John Jones in this one. I mean, you couldn't remember his name because he's got nothing going on. I mean, the guy's a good fighter. He's got good hands, but I mean, to be honest, the best thing he had going for him when he was going by Ryan the Masturbator, and he quickly changed the name. He quickly changed his name, realizing that was way too much personality for him to handle. I mean, the guy needs a gimmick. John Jones is going to hammer through him. Game over.
I kind of want Darth to show these boys who's boss just a little, but I'm still taking Jones just to keep my #1 in the world ranking right now. 33-9. Okay?
Hear that, world?
That is dastardly.
He's coming for you, world.
That's dastardly, viewers. Okay, and now big fight: Rich Ace Franklin versus Forrest Griffin. They've always been the two good guys of the UFC, so they never pitted them against each other. Dana always wanted them to beat everybody else, and now they're finally fighting. You know, I don't have much faith in Forrest. I'm taking Rich. Ace, how do you feel about this?
Man, you know, as much as I want, it's going to hurt me to say, I think I'm going to have to pick Griffin on this one.
Wow.
I mean, I pray to God Franklin sends his kid crying again. I mean, we're due for a third crying session. I mean, you know, a guy tried to run out of the arena one time.
Yeah.
You know, I just... Both of these guys, they're like MMA's version of come here, go away. I watch their fights with one eye closed and one eye open, hoping one gets knocked out. I mean, you blow on Rich Franklin the wrong way, he's going down, and his cover's exposed as you know, Jim Carrey's stunt double.
Let's look at Rich Franklin's losses real quick. Anderson Silva, Dan Henderson, Vitor Belfort, and Lyoto Machida. If you're going to lose, those are good guys to lose to. His wins: Okami, Liddell, Silva, and Matt Hamill. Yeah, don't question that.
You lost to Machida?
Forrest Pillow Hands Griffin isn't going to have anything to offer in this fight. Let's just look at one of his losses and we'll stop the discussion. Dan Severin. Dan Severin. That's all we got to say.
It's like his first fight ever.
So wait, did everybody have... You had Griffin, we had... Wow, this is the first opposition of the evening. And now let's get to the main event, baby, because we've been waiting for this. People have been talking. Anderson the Spider Silva versus Vitor Belfort.
Yep.
A middleweight matchup. God, I want Vitor to win. I'm kind of sick of Anderson. He doesn't feel like he has that fire anymore. But just to keep that #1 in the world kick record, I'm taking Silva just to preserve it. Kyle.
Don't worry, Anderson. You've been wanting to jump to another weight class. Vitor's going to give you the perfect opportunity because he's going to blast you out of the cage. I've been saying for 2 years, Vitor Belfort's going to take this fight. Same as I've been saying, Alistair Overeem's going to beat Fedor Emelianenko. Don't want that to happen. Vitor Belfort is going to knock him out first round. You heard it.
Wow. Whoa.
I have to agree with Kyle, man.
Wow.
Let me finish. This is going to send Anderson Silva to the 205 division, but with a W, okay? Anderson Silva, since 2008, July, the guy told Dana White, I need to fight more. He wanted 3 or 4 more fights with 6 months left of the year. They didn't give it to him. He wanted to fight Roy Jones Jr. They didn't give it to him. So the guy dances around in the cage. Everyone gets pissed. The guy's not being challenged. He's going to blow through Vitor Belfort and prove why he needs to be fighting top caliber, you know, opponents, and he'll do it in 205. I don't want to hear anything else about GSP Anderson Silva too. Don't get me started on that one.
Wow. Okay, so final thing, Rafi's picks. He also has Belfort, Franklin, John Jones, Miguel Angel Torres, Cerrone, Ellenberger, and Mendez. Okay, Benny, you heard those live. Email your picks to us because this is the second annual pick-off, and you're going down to the, what is he, the Dominican Grizzly Bear?
That's right.
The Dominican Grizzly Bear is going to eat you up. And by the way, folks, we'll see you live Saturday night. Okay, we're going to be at, where are we going? Where did we decide? Wilshire Cabo with the Savvy shirts. You better show up and we'll hang out with you. Free shirts to the first 2 people that show up. Stay Savvy Fight fans. We'll see you there.
Benny, put your kid to sleep.
Bums.